Hello children, good morning to you all. I hope you have followed my teaching of social studies lesson, Our Government. I have explained only half the lesson. Today I am going to continue with the same. So, what lesson I have started? Our Government. So, in this lesson, I explained you the concept of government. What is government? It is a body or a section which works to carry on the functions to make the society or to make the society to lead their life in a very peaceful manner. What do they do? Or once again I tell, the government is a body or a system, I can tell, which works to formulate or make rules, regulations, laws, and to maintain law and order in the society, and helps the people in the society to live their life very peacefully. In which way? What do they do to make the people live their life peacefully? They safeguard the boundaries of our country. They look after the financial matters. They help the state governments to solve their problems, if any. Understand? So, this government and it maintains friendly relations with other neighboring countries or foreign countries. It ensures welfare and progress of the country. So, India, in many countries they have only one government. But in India it is not possible to have only one government. Why? Because India is a very vast country. Vast, not waste. Vast means very, very huge, big in size. It has lot of population. Second highly populated country in the world. So, and it has 28 states and 9 union territories. So, to control all these states and union territories by a single-handed government, or to look after each and every matter of all the states alone, it's highly impossible, or you can say it is not a justifiable thing, means correct thing. It may create lot of problems if it is done so. So, our government is divided into two sectors, two levels. One is union government or central government. The other is state government. So, union government is at the central level. Central level. Understand, being its office in Delhi, it looks after all the matters of the whole country by dividing the functions to all the states according to their needs, I can say. And on the whole, in general, it looks after the safety of the boundaries of the country, and it looks after the financial matters, and also keeps the good relation with other countries. Understand? So, whereas the state is not bothered about other states. It has to bother about its own state. For example, ours is Telangana state. So, Telangana government has to look after the matters of Telangana. It need not worry about Rajasthan or Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu. Okay. They are good enough to look after their own matters. We need not poke our nose into their matters, right? So here they have to look after the agriculture, irrigation, and what to say, water supply, and tax, property, safeguarding property of the people. Understand? All these things are looked after by the state government. What the state government would do? State government looks after the matters like education, health, understand, irrigation, agriculture, and safeguarding the property of the people, etc. But always it is the union government or the central government is always with the state government to assist it, to help it in times of need. So, union or central government. We will today start with this. Union government or state government, it has three main functions. They are to make laws, implement laws, and provide justice. The union government or the central government has three main duties. One is to make the laws, second to implement the laws, third justice, to provide justice to the people of the nation. Making laws means rules and regulations for what to do, what not to do, for the people, for the government, everything. Second, only formulating the rules or forming the rules and keeping in the form of paper document, printed matter, that doesn't work out. We have to implement them. Implement them means put them into practice, bring them to the practice. We have to announce the certain rules. These are the rules everyone or all the citizens of India should follow. Means all the people should follow their rules. If they violate these rules, if they cross these rules, they will be punished. Okay, in this way, with the help of the rules, it can minimize the problems which are happening in the state. So, justice. If any two people or any two families, any two states have any disputes means quarrel regarding any matter, the union government or central government settles the matter and gives justice to the deserved, deserved group of people. So, how it works? The parliament makes laws for the whole country. The Indian parliament has three wings. Who makes the laws? Okay, union government. Under whose guidance union government makes the laws? Parliament. What is this parliament? This parliament has three wings, again, three parts. Lok Sabha, second, Rajya Sabha, and third is the President of India. These three are the parts of the union government or the Indian parliament, which makes the laws and which helps the country to implement these laws, means put these laws into practice. Who? Parliament, which is called Sansad. What is this parliament? It is a group of people who sit together. Who? Anybody cannot go and sit. It is the group of elected candidates. We conduct elections every 5 years, once in every 5 years, and we select our own leaders. These leaders, according to their majority, they will be given some ministerial post, and they will, MPs, MLAs we call, member of parliament, and member of legislative assembly we call, MLA means, So they will sit together, discuss the matters, and pass the laws for the welfare of the society. Understand? So parliament, with the help of parliament. So parliament has three wings or three parts. One is Lok Sabha, one is Rajya Sabha, one is President of India. So what is Lok Sabha? First we will know. Lok Sabha or lower house. In foreign countries it is called lower house. This Lok Sabha is called lower house. And Rajya Sabha is called upper house. Understand? Rajya Sabha is called upper house. In foreign countries they don't call Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha. In our regional language Hindi, we made their name. Most of the commonly we use Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha for lower house, Rajya Sabha for upper house. What is this Lok Sabha or the lower house? The Lok Sabha is the primary source of political power in the country. It is the primary, means not small. We have primary wing, high school wing in our school. What do you mean by primary? You would think only small people will be there. It is not like that. Primary means most important. Understand? Primary means most important. Lok Sabha is the most important source of political power in the country. Understand? Here, people contest elections, compete for the election, and we people have a very good right in our hand, that is voting. When we reach the age of 18 and above till our death, we have the right to vote. If we vote, we should think properly which political party would do well, would work for the welfare of the people, would work for the good of the people. If you feel that BJP works, you can cast your vote to the BJP candidate, whoever contests election from your area. Or you think TRS is good, you can cast your vote to TRS group candidate. So first of all, for that you are not, you are fourth class child, you are not eligible to cast your vote. What you will do? When you reach 18 years age, then you can cast your vote. Till then, you don't have the right to vote. 18 years to till your death. Above 18 years, you can cast your vote and select your own candidate who can make laws for you, who can understand your problems and make the laws in such a way they can be in your favor. Understand? So, the citizen of India who are 18 years of age and above can elect the members for Lok Sabha. I told you just now. Any citizen who is 25 years and above can contest for the election. Contest means compete for the election. One who is above 25 years age. Understand? The candidate who gets maximum number of votes is declared elected. So, after election is over, we cast our vote and come out. So, after 3 days time or 1 week's time, our votes will be counted. Whichever party candidate gets more votes, he will be the winner. Understand? The member of Lok Sabha are elected for the period of 5 years. So, member of Lok Sabha, MLA we call. They are elected for 5 years. Their term of office is 5 years. Within these 5 years, they can do whatever possible anything possible for the welfare of the society. So they are our own people. We only elect them and send. So such our own representatives. They are called people's representatives. Okay. So Lok Sabha is the sector or the wing in the parliament where the representatives who are directly elected by the people will represent us, will work for us. And Rajya Sabha, which is called upper house, here these people, elected people, understand what do they do? The Rajya Sabha is the permanent house of the Indian Parliament. It has less members. They are elected by the members of the State Legislative Assembly for the period of 6 years. 12 members of Rajya Sabha are also nominated by the President of India. To contest the election for the Rajya Sabha, a citizen should be 30 years of age and above. So, Rajya Sabha or upper house is the permanent house of the parliament. Here, they are elected by the members of State Legislative Assembly. Understand? Here, the person who wants to contest for the election should be above or of 30 years age. Understand? The members of Rajya Sabha are also nominated by President of India. Even the President of India also selects some members for Rajya Sabha. Then the President, the highest authority of the country is the President. But all the supreme powers are vested in the hands of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister works on the advice of the President. President is the highest official of our country. The President of India is elected by the elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. Understand? We conduct the elections. We send our representatives. They all, after here, what happens? They all again have an election to elect or to select the President of India. They all cast their vote and select one single person as the President of India, who is the head of the state. State means country here. State means not Telangana, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. It is the state stands for the country as a whole. Many political parties take part in the elections of Lok Sabha. The winning candidates of each party elect their leader. The leader of the majority party is invited by the President to be the Prime Minister of India. Other ministers are appointed on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and other ministers form the Union Council of Ministers. They run the union government and are responsible for the smooth functioning of the Parliament. So, for Lok Sabha, so many political parties contest the election. No? Candidates of so many political parties, BJP, TRS, are so many, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Dal, or what else, Congress, like that, so many parties will, or even independent candidates also contest for the elections. They conduct for the election, okay? They contest for the election. But we are the people who select them as our leaders. So, after the election is over, whichever political party gets a majority, suppose 4 members, one BJP candidate, one TRS candidate, one Telugu Desam candidate, one Congress candidate. 4 are standing for the election or contesting the election. Out of 4, who gets more number of votes, he will be the winner. Understand? So, suppose one gets 100 votes, BJP gets 150 votes, TRS gets 120 votes, Telugu Desam gets 80 votes, Congress gets 60 votes, like that if you say. Who gets more votes? BJP, 150 votes. So, he is the winning political party, we can say. Like that, whole country we have to see. Understand? In Telangana also, each and every state we have how many districts I know, you know well. From all the districts or from all the places, BJP leaders, suppose out of 15 places, 10 seats are for, won by the BJP, only 5 are won by TRS and the Congress. Who is the majority party? BJP. Like that in whole country they will see. And when the majority party, which party wins more votes, the President of India invites the leader of that political party to be the Prime Minister of our country. Understand? So, in such a way, Prime Minister is elected. And with God's grace, we have got such a good Prime Minister now, the Sri Modi ji. Understand? Narendra Modi ji, who is doing really a good job for all of us. So many which are impossible things he did for our country. So now, after the Prime Minister is elected, other ministers are also elected, appointed on the advice of Prime Minister. So once the President elects the Prime Minister, how he elects? He invites the majority party leader to be the Prime Minister. Once Prime Minister is elected, with the help of Prime Minister or with the advice of Prime Minister, what will he do? He elects other ministers for the union government. So the Prime Minister and the ministers of the Union Council of Ministers, they together run the union government. Who? Prime Minister and other central government ministers, union ministers. They together run the union government. And they are responsible for the smooth functioning of the Parliament. Then the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court is the highest court of justice in India. It is located in New Delhi. Chief Justice is the highest official of the Supreme Court. The President appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges of the Supreme Court. Who appoints the Chief Justice of India? The President appoints the Chief Justice of India and other judges for the Supreme Court. The decision of the Supreme Court cannot be challenged by any other court. Suppose the case is going on in civil court, district court. It is not solved. They will come to High Court, which is at the state level. There also it is not solved. They go to Supreme Court. In Supreme Court, whatever decision is given, it is final. Nobody can question it. Nobody can challenge it. The Rashtrapati Bhavan, the Sansad Bhavan, the Central Secretariat and Supreme Court are located in New Delhi. The Sansad Bhavan, where these people, Parliament is there. Rashtrapati Bhavan, where Rashtrapati lives, his residence. Understand? The Central Secretariat, where it is the administrative organ of the central government. And the Supreme Court are located in New Delhi. Now coming to state government. Every state government in India has separate government. I told you why separate government? Because it is not possible for the single government to look after the matters. Because everybody has their own problems. Their problems may not match each other. If Tamil Nadu has some problem, Telangana will have some other problem, Andhra Pradesh will have some more problems. They will not match with each other. So they are able to solve their own problems. That's why the state governments are formed. Here also, as the Prime Minister is elected on the majority basis, the government is formed, or the Chief Minister is the head of the state, we can call. The Governor is actually the head of the state, like the President. And he appoints the Chief Minister on the advice of President, I can say. Understand? Every state in India has separate government. It looks after the welfare of the people in the state only. in its own state, no other states. Some matters like education, health, agriculture, irrigation, law and order are fully under the control of state government. The people living in state elect their members, as I told you, for Lok Sabha, members of state legislative assembly for the term of 5 years. Here also same rule applies. The people who are 18 and above can elect, can cast their vote. The people who are 25 and above can contest for the election. The governor is the head of the state. He is appointed by the President of India. He is a link between the state and the union government. The governor is a link between the state government and the union government, central government. The leader of the majority party is invited, as it happens in Prime Minister's case, to be a chief minister of the state. Who invites? In case of Prime Minister, President invites the leader of the majority party. In case of chief minister, governor invites the candidate or leader of the majority party to be the chief minister of the particular state. The state also has a council of ministers appointed by the governor. The state has courts at many levels, such as lower court, district court, high court. High court is the highest court in the state level. Understand? In many levels, the courts are there in state level, like lower court, district court, or high court. High court is the highest court in the state level. The judges are appointed by the governor, President of India. The judges for the high court are appointed by the President of India. The Supreme Court can review the decisions of the High Court. Supreme Court has the power to look into the matters decided by the High Court. Union territories, what are they? Andaman Nicobar, Central Capital of New Delhi, and Lakshadweep. So many are there. Chandigarh and Haryana. What else? Ladakh, Kashmir. They all were looked after by the central government only. Union territories are looked after by the central government. They do not have the position of the state government separate. They are governed or ruled by the central government. The President of India administers them through the Lieutenant Governor or Chief Administrator or Chief Commissioner. Here they don't have any Chief Minister like the states. Here the President administers, means looks after the matters through Lieutenant Governor or Chief Commissioner or Chief Administrator. So this is all about our government. Tomorrow I will start the notes. Here we stop our lesson. Thank you. Please read the lesson and try to understand more about it. Thank you, children.